3 words. I love you. I was about 8 years old when I heard these words for the first time. I remember sitting in my friend's room watching a movie while her mother was getting ready to go out. Right as she was leaving, she screamed upstairs, "Bye girls, I'm leaving, I love you." Instantly, I was confused. I looked at Danielle and said, "You say I love you to each other?" Danielle said, "Yeah, all the time." Still confused, I never asked any more questions and quietly sat back down, pretending to watch the movie, thinking to myself how freely those words were used. To me, that was weird. That was the first time I realized. I love you. 3 words never said in my house. Growing up, I never had a doubt that my parents did not love me and my siblings. I actually know that we were their world and they would do anything to make sure we had a good life. Instead of telling us verbally that they loved us, their actions spoke louder than words. Between my parents and my siblings, we may show it through our random pranks we play on each other, in the lessons they taught us, in every hug, birthday, school play, and holiday. Love is what brings us together. The first and last time I heard my mother say "I love you" was on my sister's wedding day, right before she walked down the aisle. My brother and I now talk about it, and we realize that our extended family is the same way. 3 words. I love you. The first time those words were said to me was from Frank, my boyfriend at the time. We were just on the phone talking about where to meet, and these words came out before I hung up the phone. I was shocked. I didn't know what to say, so I just paused and said, "Okay, well, I'll call you when I get on the train." The whole time on the train, I was restless and feeling bad for not saying it back. Hearing those words made me feel suffocated. Don't get me wrong, it was nice to hear, and I did love him, but I was not ready to say it. I don't even think he planned to say it, just came out. The entire night, I avoided the subject, hoping that he would forget about it. But at the end of the night, the subject finally came up. Frank said to me, "You know, I didn't mean to say it, it just came out, and I realized that this is what I want. I love you." I tried to explain why I didn't say it back. At first, he didn't want to listen, but finally he gave in. I told him I do love him, but I don't know how to say it because I have never ever said it to anyone in my entire life. The I love yous were everywhere in his family. To me, that was weird, and to him, my family was weird. A few months went by and we never spoke about it again. One day, I decided to surprise him and got tickets to see his favorite comedian, Dane Cook.
That's nice.
On our way into the city, he kept begging me to tell him where we were going. When I finally told him, he was ecstatic. He picked me up and spun me around. It was right there and then. The 3 words came out of his mouth again. "I love you," he said to me. And this time, I had no problem saying it back. I love you. I finally said it. It just happened. It felt right. That was almost 2 years ago. Frank and I eventually didn't make it as a couple, but we still remain close friends. That relationship had taught me that it is okay to say I love you. To this day, it is still not easy for me to use these 3 words, but I make a conscious effort to say them to my loved ones, especially to my niece and nephew, the new generation. I hope that one day I can use these words more freely. I have a feeling that they will come soon.